Krista, you steady climb. A couple seasons ago, you had 5 wins. Then you went to 16, got to 20 wins last year. You only have 2 seniors on the squad, so it looks like things are heading in the right direction in Hofstra.
That's what we're striving for. The 20-win campaign last year really helped propel us for this season and gave us a lot of momentum. We certainly have been crawling and clawing our way back up, and I really feel like the non-conference schedule we had last season was the best we've had since my first year when we were 26-8. So I think that experience has helped us to the position where we have a pretty tough non-conference season this year, opening up with UVA on November the 12th. So definitely looking to feed off that momentum.
And the efficiency of Shantae Evans had a lot to do with last year's success.
Can't argue with that. 13.5 points per game and 9.5 rebounds. I mean, just a 0.5 shy of double-double. So, she did. And the beauty of this season, too, is that the chemistry we have with the team. Shantae and Nicole Caperso, carrying a lot of that offensive weight, but we just have such support all the way across from top to bottom. And I really feel like you're going to see a lot of people shine that, or it's going to surprise a lot of people this year.
As far as the postseason appearance last year, you made it to the WNIT, one of 7 teams in the league to make it to postseason play. Are the kids excited about to the point where they can't wait to get back and maybe even take it to the next level and probably the NCAA?
Yeah, and that is honestly what I was hoping for all last season. Again, just the first season when we were able to go to postseason play and we played and won 3 games. Beat Seton Hall. And then we beat South Carolina at South Carolina, and then we, went over to Western Kentucky. So that experience last year only had 1 player, Sam Brigham, that was on that team from that year. So, nothing builds your team chemistry and your team success is when you get that postseason, and you could explain it to them all you want. So the whole season, I was hoping that we were going to get ourselves a postseason play, and we did. And you really saw a lot of light bulbs come on, and that excitement about, this is what it's all about. Right. So that's where I'm hoping that we're going to continue to feed off that.
Right, and 7 teams in the CAA made postseason appearances last year.
Yeah.
And the balance of this conference is tremendous. And you're picked preseason 4th behind James Madison, Old Dominion, and Delaware.
Pretty strong cast there.
Absolutely.
And last season, every Thursday and Sunday, you were ready. And it was a fun season to coach because you didn't have an off night. It's been a lot of years you've ever had an off night. Been 9 years in this league when I had my years at JMU, but it was exciting, and you had to prepare, and you were countless hours, and that really tells you a lot about the staff. The coaching staff in our league and the team. So, we're excited for another big year, and it is. It's really anybody's ball game, and the people below us, and there's not. We're all right in that same boat. So I'm really excited.
Absolutely.
She's one of the coaches that has to come up with a way to defend the Del Dons of the world and Dawn Evans as well, which you got players like that. That speaks very highly of the caliber of play in this league. But how do you stop those players?
Well, and that's true. I was telling my staff that if you're actually scouting against Del Don and Dawn Evans and these types of players, you're having to kind of go up against some of the best players in the country. So, and I just think you know what you've got out of those players, and you've got to do your best to try to limit their touches as much as you can. They're going to get theirs, and it's just that what builds a successful team though is that that kid that's giving you 8 points or 6 points, and the people that step up. And I think just notably when VCU and JMU were playing, and Kenny Brooks had one of his players just had a career night that night. that just makes makes that team. So not only having to deal with Del Don and Dawn Evans, it's just that total that total success of all those programs. So
I know as far as the CAA tournament is concerned, it's not where you want it to be, but it's getting closer. It's heading north.
Yeah, we did bid for that. Let that go on record. But to have it at the first time after 25 years, to have it at a neutral site, why not? That was my statement. Why not have some change? And you can't expect to be just a bucket full of diamonds first time having it off campus, but I know the marketing department is doing everything here with the CAA to promote it, and just again, why not? Why not now? We'll have a chance where you have equal footing, and you're in an area where George Mason and Towson, VCU, not that far of a distance, ODU. Right. So the heart of the conference is right here. So hopefully we'll be able to piggyback off of that success as well.
Well, knowing your fans, do you anticipate more of your fan base being able to make the trip since it is a little bit closer?
Yeah, within hope. hopes. That's what you hope for, you know. It all, and usually the timing of that, you know, tournament for us too is always a tough time there. So yes, but I'm hoping that we'll definitely get enough support to make that drive down. It's 4.5 hours is a lot better than 6 and 8.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's discuss the philosophy of the personality of this year's team, and how has it been different? I know it's early, but how has it been different from last year?
It is, you know, everybody's hyped and excited about practice, but it is the most intense and most competitive, even more so than my first year, because we are, you know, there's not a lot of parity from 1 to 12, and so the things I was having to do in those building years to do a competitive drill to get everybody going, it's almost like I have to just dial them down sometimes right now, and it's a great feeling to be. It's a great feeling to have your practices that competitive right now, and they're really challenging each other to get better. And then the freshmen from top to bottom, if you came to my practice, you wouldn't be able to tell. And so that's what's really exciting. And talk about having a chip on your shoulder and a little bit of a killer instinct. That's exactly, they're trying to slowly beginning to represent their head coach in that fight. So,
I know about that.
you know, it's taken a long time, but they are beginning to represent our identity and the identity of what we stand for at Hofstra, and I'm very excited about that.
Well, exciting, big time. And you're a great player at NC State, and we
I appreciate that, Chrissy. She was a great player in Maryland, so
that was fun stuff. Well,
yeah,
best
it was
of
good
luck
times.
to you, Coach.
Thank you.
Good
Thank
luck
you
to
very
you.
much. Appreciate it.